What is up, friends, YouTube, and motorcycle enthusiasts? This is Accelerate coming at you with a new kind of video that I decided to make. We got a chance to ride out in North Carolina Motorsports Park in Henderson, North Carolina. Great facility, great day. This is probably the longest video that I've done just because I wanted to really just show the trails and show what North Carolina Motorsports Park had to offer from a trails perspective. And of course I took my Yamaha YZ250FX. So this video is about 50 minutes long-ish, so around there, and I didn't do a lot of video editing for this one, mostly just the stops and stuff, but to showcase the trail system and to just show really some riding. So the YZ250FX was the bike of choice for this one. I would have taken my Beta 300. I really want to ride it. I haven't ridden it hardly at all since I got back, and it needs the front wheel trued. It's been a little wobbly, and I need to change the front fork oil, so it's due for some maintenance. But once again, that's the beauty of having multiple motorcycles, is when you have one that requires maintenance and you're behind on maintenance, you can simply just take your other bike, which is exactly what I did. So the YZ250FX on these trails, ultimately it's really as if this bike was made for these trails. There's not a lot of huge elevation changes just because of the area. It's NCMP is north of Raleigh, so we're not really in the mountains. The trails aren't super technical. They're not super hard terrain. There is some single track and there is some tight woods portions, but nothing where there's large boulders or huge elevation changes that you have to contend with, where you would lean more towards the 302 stroke. So being an off-road GNCC race bike, this area actually has, they used to do hare scrambles here, NCMP, or in North Carolina Hare Scramble Association, that hare scrambles here. So there are still remnants of parts of their hare scramble loop in there in the track as well. So as for how the bike did, I have no complaints. I never have any complaints with the YZ, just because it's such a good do-it-all bike. As I mentioned, it's almost like this bike was made for these types of trails, and it's so true. That they're open, but yet there's some good technical portions to where it's tight, and the YZ just continues to perform very, very well. Now, of course, as many of you know, as I've mentioned many, many times, I'm not a really good rider, so I'm pretty slow, and the YZ is more than enough for me. The suspension, as always, the KYB is fantastic, soft on the top, but it really takes a lot of the hits pretty well. Is it as plush as the Beta Sax forks? No, of course not. It's really just a different design. It's designed and valved differently. But the suspension did really good. I am still running the stock suspension, just adjusting the clickers. So it's probably sprung for about a 185-pound rider. I'm about 215. So, it's undersprung for me, but I can't tell a difference. I never bottom it out or run into any issues. So I have adjusted my clickers a little bit. Whenever I had it on the motocross track from the last video, I noticed my rebound was a little high on the rear shock. So I've played around a little bit with it, and it does really well. Sucks up the roots well, but it doesn't hop around, but it's also not too soft. So for these type of trails, suspension has been overall great. The motor, I have zero complaints. The 250 in this type of setting was more than adequate for me. Plenty of power as always, and the engine's fantastic, so I have no complaints. A lot of people do say that the throttle's a little lurchy down low. I seem to have adapted to it well. I don't really have any major complaints. I don't foresee myself changing anything, whether it's with the GYTR tuner, or even I considered putting a throttle tamer on it just to make that bottom end a little softer, for it not to be as lurchy. But riding on the trails after riding the bike a couple ride days back after my long break, I'm good. I have no complaints with the throttle. I seem to have adapted fine, so I'm just going to run it. So overall, the bike is still in its stock form for the most part. I have added a few protection pieces, and that'll come. I'll do a video on a second round of mods that I've been planning to do with the YZ250FX. I've done a few things already, but as I wrap up the second round, I'll do a separate video on that. So the motor's been great, the chassis was great, of course reliability, no issues. So the tires are the factory Geomaxes. They're approaching end of life, they're starting to round off a little bit, and they've been really good. I have no real complaints with them. You'll notice in the video later I do mention that I miss my tubeless, which will be coming to the bike, of course. I'm a huge proponent of the tubeless. I really like it on my Beta, and then I'll end up putting that on the YZ as well. I was running about 14 PSI on the tires just to keep the pressure up, and I didn't want to end up getting a pinch flat or something like that. I probably could have ran 12, 13 with that softer terrain. Not a lot of big rocks or anything like that. Some roots, but nothing crazy. But I haven't been carrying spare tubes with me, so I didn't want to get a pinch flat. So with that in mind, I run around 14.5 PSI front and rear. As for the trail system, we were pleasantly surprised that the trails they have a nice facility there. And we were also really happy that they were open because of the COVID stuff. You know, they were obviously doing everything that they were supposed to be with social distancing and things like that to remain open in accordance with state and county laws. So we were really happy that they were open. And again, pleasantly surprised with the trails there. I will definitely be going back. We ended up talking with one of the workers also that they had mentioned that they're in the works of purchasing more land to create even more trails. So I didn't ride the motocross track just because many of you know it's really kind of not my thing. And with the trails that were available, we weren't bored at all. You know, we rode essentially all day, about 6 hours for the most part, which is all day. It's all day for me. I was pretty smoked at the end, but the trails were great. You know, Kyle and Zach rode the motocross track mostly throughout the day, and then they hopped in some of the trails and rode with us as well. And then Charles and myself, which you can hear on audio because we had our headsets linked, rode the trails predominantly, you know, all day. So that's pretty much all we did. So yeah, great facility, great day, great time. I will definitely be going back to North Carolina Motorsports Park. You know, I think they have a really good thing going there with having the trails as well as the motocross track. You know, and that dynamic attracts all different types of people of the sport. You know, different walks of the sport, if you will. That you know, we can go out and there's literally something for everybody. So we were really fortunate that they were open, and we were happy to get out there and ride. The YZ250FX, I love the bike still. It's a 2015. I don't see myself upgrading or going any other direction for quite a long time, just because, you know, I've said it before, the bike is obviously, it's a way better bike than I am a rider. And until I get my skills up, or as hours slowly rack up and I eventually want to upgrade as maintenance becomes, you know, too much or whatever, then yeah, maybe down the road I'll eventually upgrade. But I foresee that as being many years. I mean, it's a Yamaha, especially the way I ride. You know, I'm not really hard on stuff just because I'm pretty slow. So, you know, it's going to last a long time. Couldn't be more pleased with how the bike did. And yeah, great day, good time. The weather was great, and a great facility. So I'll let the trails continue to speak for themselves.
right into that Root City. You guys go left? Because we choose to hide behind someone. She's hot. Fight against our infinite and battle through our many losses. We have the chance to find again. In a world we are never. Damn it! Put a star on my blockbuster. Got another one of those. This is not my 350 moment. Fucking rap. I'm used to giving it a little more input to do that. That fucking thing. He's coming, I still got him. He's a little staticky, but he's coming. Are you up by vehicle? Yeah. Oh, be careful with that one. Oh, the log. That was slick. No issues with that log, what the hell? I got super hung up on that other one. There's my first stall out. This is nice. On that divot. Yep. Yeah, that divot was deeper than it looked, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Tangled within the web of our fate. Racing in club
About did it last time.
Not very good.
Big ass fucking hog.
Definitely a good shortcut.
Yeah, it was. Over here on the roots and mud thinking I got the shortcut. Left, right?
Yep.
Sharp turn. Yep, I got it.
Yeah, I do believe that is that's the pass. Options. Wrong way, right way.
There's our hill climb.
Let's see if we can get to the bottom of that. See what. Oh, more orange.
Hell yeah. Last time.
Yep.
Back where we
get on the gas. Bet you that goes over to the hill climb.
I bet it does too. I bet it does.
Let me see what's right here.
I didn't get it! No!
Oh yeah, this goes over.
Okay. On you. Oh yeah, that clean That chain link fence has all the traction.
Yeah, don't rev too hard on that.
Yeah, good shit, right?
Oh, same single track.
Nice little hill there.
Yep. Supposed to be part of an old course.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Blue trail. Yeah, we've been on this one.
Yep. The swamp.
Oh, I know exactly where we are now. You know where I met you?
Sure enough.
Oh, you went the right way.
And I stalled it still. So I was in the wrong gear.
Now, what in the hell?
We are back to the woods, aren't we? For the truck coming in.
Yeah.
This is recording.
Oh man, I missed it.
The little strip of try.
Yeah. Don't start.
Almost did. I didn't know.
What is this?
Interesting.
Chopping that vine. They'll take your head off.
Little limb. Definitely happy for handguards.
Yeah.
Left, right?
Yep.
I see it. Yeah.
It's just so smooth, Charles. You're so much faster than me. Like, I start like, let's go this way.
Stuff down there to the left.
Yep. Oh shit, I almost did it again.
I would have.
Walk to the left, down through.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going this way this time. Yeah!
Right behind you.
Awesome!
Not quite as much. Not quite as much finesse.
God, this thing is a friggin' animal.
He digs in.
Oh, tree.
Oh yeah, this little guy. I'm going high. Whoop.
Try to help out the next patron here.
Right. Oh yeah, there it is.
Oh, this is why we missed it last time. Alright.
Yep.
Alright, we'll get it this time though. There's that fucking line. I know it's coming.
Oh yeah.
You know it's coming. Where are ya? Oh yeah, we gotta go down the hill. I'm gonna try this other line.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's easier. Yeah, it's the ride around. Oh, watch out for that rock.
I'm going down. I need to practice.
take on us. Yeah. You'll never break me down. I'll fight through my pride.
Alright, little hand.
Stand strong. You'll never take my fight. I can't be held down. Stand strong. Every time I fall, you are there to reach down to me. Take my hand, lift me up.
Ah, it's up there.
Within your
Yeah!
Nailed it. Don't know if I can do that one.
Just stay on the gas unless you think you're going over, and then just jump off to the side and set your bike down. That's the trick. If you feel like you're going to loop it, just stop and jump off.
Alright.
Jump off, jump off.
Nah, I flipped too much. Good.
So here I am. I'm asking you to stay and fight.
Oh, battery in my camera's junk.
Alright, try it.
Stand up to one thing and cry out. It's time for war.
We're on it! Yeah! Got it! Awesome.
That is tricky.
My battery's dead in my camera. Trying to get your footage. I'll give you a second to catch your breath.
Thanks.
It's amazing how fast you burn energy the moment you're not on your bike.
Is the other way to the left there?
We went to the right. I saw a guy come up to the left, so you could come up this way.
Challenging.
That is a good one.
But it's all about momentum, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what you decided to
Yeah, look it. Hey, hey! Guys, oh!
Hey, Kyle, look at this shit, dude. Just came up it. Yeah, that log got me. I laid it down, but it wasn't violent. It's dicey with that log. Yeah, dude. I didn't have enough momentum.
You had enough momentum to get over the log.
Yeah, and that's key, right?
Yeah,
No, it got over it, but then that was it. So I just
that was all he had.
I stayed
Just over the log, and that was that.
stayed to the side. I played it over. Just down there.
Yeah, we came down the hill like we did last time, and then we went off to the right just like
Look at my life. Happened to me. You betray me at the ground. Every time I turn to walk, you were there to knock me down. Here I am down on my knees again. Can't make no reason to live, or help me to understand what I feel. I'm at war. After mine, only yours cry, let me hear the sound of your voice. I know why, not just to bring purpose for my life. Eager now that my passion grows inside me, and I can't fight it. Even
that's awesome.
that I am have fallen. I see now what we
Why did I do that? Right, Carl? Oh, yeah. Then where? Down the hill? Yep. Okay. Oh yeah, duh. On a new drill. What the fucking mud? Holy shit. I don't know if this is right or wrong. Might be wrong way. don't want to go that way.
Alright, that wraps it up. Hope you guys get out there, get on two wheels, keep the rubber side down. You guys enjoy your week. This is Accelerate once again, signing off.
I was doing my best. I knew you were going to be right behind me. I was like, shit. Dude.